Have you ever been in a situation where one minute she's telling you you're her soulmate, and the next, she's twisting your words and making you feel like you're the crazy one? You thought she was perfect, the answer to everything you'd been looking for, but now it feels like you're walking on eggshells, constantly afraid of the next misstep. You get that creeping acidic feeling in your gut that something is fundamentally wrong. Even when everything looks perfect on the surface, it's a knot of confusion and anxiety you can't quite put your finger on. A silent alarm bell ringing in the back of your mind. You start questioning everything, your reality, your memories, your sanity. Did I really say that? Am I overreacting? Am I the problem here? If that sounds even remotely familiar, you need to listen closely, because that feeling isn't in your head. It's not just relationship troubles or a rough patch. It's a critical sign that you might be caught in a carefully crafted illusion. A playbook of manipulation so subtle and so effective that it's designed to make you complicit in your own psychological imprisonment. And today, we're going to tear that playbook wide open. What if I told you there's a predictable, repeatable pattern of manipulative tactics that almost always follow the same script? It's a cycle that often starts with overwhelming, intoxicating affection and ends with you questioning the very foundations of your own mind. This isn't a mystical secret known only to a few. It's the raw psychology of control broken down into a formula. And once you learn to read that script, once you see the mechanics behind the curtain, the power it has over you dissolves. Now, let's be absolutely clear. This video isn't about hating women or seeking revenge. This is about arming yourself with knowledge. It's about emotional self-defense. It's about becoming so aware of these tactics that you become emotionally bulletproof, so no one, man or woman, can turn your mind into a prison ever again. To do this, we're going to follow the story of a man we'll call James. James is a good guy, successful, kind, someone who, like most of us, just wanted to find a genuine connection. He thought he had found the love of his life, only to find himself trapped in a web of silent psychological warfare. His story is a roadmap, a warning, and ultimately your guide to freedom. By the end of this video, you won't just see the red flags. You'll understand the entire game from the opening move to the checkmate. James met Sarah at a friend's party. It wasn't just a spark, it was a detonation. The moment they started talking, the noise of the crowded room melted away. She wasn't just beautiful. She was completely captivated by him. She hung on his every word, her eyes locked on his, making him feel like the most brilliant, fascinating man on the planet. He had been in relationships before, good ones even, but this felt different. This felt like destiny. Within 48 hours, his phone was a constant stream of her. Thinking of you, a text would pop up on a random Tuesday morning. A few hours later, I can't stop replaying our conversation. I've never met anyone with your depth. The praise was a fire hose. He was brilliant. He was hilarious. He was so different from all the other guys she dated, who were supposedly selfish, shallow, and incapable of true connection. He felt seen, truly seen in a way he never had before. The first week was an intense, dizzying blur. She affectionately called it their movie montage. It was a whirlwind. She would show up unannounced at his office with his favorite, slightly complicated coffee order that he had mentioned only once. She planned elaborate, perfect dates to places he'd only talked about in passing, like a niche jazz club or a hiking trail he'd bookmarked months earlier. She was already talking about their future, not as a maybe, but as a definite when. "I can't wait to take you to my family's cabin this winter," she'd say, her hand resting on his chest. "We're going to make so many memories there." They had known each other for 10 days. His friends were a little thrown. "Wow, she's a lot," one of them said, half joking after meeting her. "She comes on strong, man." James brushed it off, feeling a need to protect what they had. "She's passionate," he'd say defensively. "It's nice to be with someone who isn't afraid to show how she feels." He felt proud, like he had won the lottery, and they were jealous. In quieter moments, Sarah would whisper things like, "I feel like I've waited my entire life for you. All my past relationships, all the heartbreak. It was all practice for this, for you." These weren't just compliments. They felt like profound, soul-deep declarations that sealed their bond as something sacred and special. This whole grand, intoxicating performance has a name: love bombing. It's the first and most critical tactic in the playbook. It's when someone showers you with excessive and overwhelming affection, attention, and flattery to create a fast, intense emotional connection. This isn't someone being excited. It's a calculated strategy to make you dependent on them for your sense of self-worth. The manipulator taps into a deep human need for validation to create the illusion of a perfect soulmate connection. The sheer intensity is designed to overwhelm your rational mind, making you feel like you've found a once-in-a-lifetime love, which forges a powerful bond they can leverage later. For James, it felt like a dream. He was so high on the validation, so addicted to being her everything, that he couldn't see the foundation being laid, not for a partnership, but for control. He was captivated by the feeling of being her hero, and didn't realize he was slowly losing himself. The intensity was the bait, and he had taken it, hook, line, and sinker. The dream was about to curdle into a nightmare. The shift was subtle and gradual. It started with little jabs, disguised as helpful observations or jokes. One night at dinner, he was telling a funny story. Everyone laughed, but he caught a look from Sarah. The woman who used to hang on his every word now had a thin, tight smile. Later that night, she said, "You dominate the conversation sometimes, don't you? It's cute in a way, but you don't want people to think you're an attention seeker." James was stunned. "What? I was just telling a story. Everyone was enjoying it." "I know, honey, I know. I'm looking out for you," she said, stroking his arm. "I see how amazing you are. I want everyone else to see it too. I'm on your team." He felt shame and confusion. Had he been obnoxious? Her version of reality felt so confident and caring that he trusted it. This was the beginning of the fog. The unconditional praise shifted to conditional approval. "I love everything about you" slowly turned into "I love you," but the "but" could be anything. The way he dressed, his friends, his hobbies. His weekly basketball game became a source of conflict. "You'd rather go run around with sweaty guys than spend a quiet night with me. It makes me feel like you don't value our time together." Guilt became her go-to tool. If he tried to defend himself, the conversation would twist until he was apologizing. This is gaslighting, psychological abuse, where a manipulator makes you question your perceptions, memory, and sanity. James would bring up something she'd promised, like going to his work event. She'd deny it completely. "Honey, I never said that. Why would you make that up? You know I have my yoga class on Thursdays." He was sure she said it. But her denial was so absolute, he started doubting himself. "Maybe I did get it wrong," he'd mumble, feeling lost and exhausted. Slowly, his world shrank. Friends texted less, tired of last-minute cancellations. When he mentioned seeing them, Sarah would sigh. "Oh, is that Dave? The one who's always negative about me? He doesn't respect us." This is classic isolation. By painting friends and family as threats, she made him feel like he had to choose. And in the guilt-ridden bubble she created, he almost always chose her. The cycle became predictable. A period of tension, criticism, and walking on eggshells would build. Then, just as he was about to break, she'd switch back to the loving woman he first met. She'd cry, apologize, and say she was terrified of losing him. This chaotic mix of abuse and affection creates a trauma bond, an addiction to the manipulator. He was addicted to the highs of the good times, which made him blame himself for the lows. He was in a prison he couldn't see. What James went through wasn't random. It was a systematic breakdown of his reality using a common playbook. When you're in it, it feels personal, but it's predictable. Tactic 1. Love bombing. The overwhelming storm of affection at the start. Not normal excitement, but a deliberate strategy to get you hooked fast. Think of it as a drug. They give you a euphoric high so that when red flags appear, you'll ignore them. It short-circuits your rational brain. Tactic 2. Gaslighting. Once you're hooked, the gaslighting begins. They make you doubt your perceptions and sanity. They deny things they said or did. They rewrite history. Common phrases include, "That never happened," "You're too sensitive," "You're overreacting," "You're imagining things." Over time, you lose trust in your memory and judgment, making you more dependent on them. Tactic 3. Isolation. Manipulators know their power disappears if you have a support system. They subtly cut you off. They create drama every time you make plans. They criticize your loved ones. "Your brother is so condescending. I don't think he supports us." They fake insecurity. "It makes me feel like you don't love me when you choose them over me." Soon, you're all alone with them. Tactic 4. Future faking. They paint a vivid future with no intention of making it real. They'll describe the house you'll buy, the trips you'll take, the family you'll start. Then, when you question their behavior, they dangle that dream. It's a carrot on a stick, keeping you running toward a future that will never come. Recognizing the playbook is the first step. Escaping it and rebuilding yourself is next. It's not one leap. It's a series of small actions that bring you back to yourself. This is how you become emotionally bulletproof. Step 1. Acknowledge the truth and trust your gut. Stop making excuses and call it what it is: abuse. That gut feeling has been right all along. Start a private journal. Record what happens without analysis. On Tuesday, she said X on Wednesday. She denied saying X. This becomes an objective record that protects your reality. It tells you, what I experience is real, and my feelings are valid. Step 2. Reestablish your support system. Isolation helped them control you, so breaking isolation is freedom. Reach out to one trusted friend or family member. You don't need a perfect explanation. Shame will show up, but push through it. A simple message is enough. "I'm in a tough situation, and I've been feeling isolated. I could use a friend." Sharing your story validates your experience and breaks the lie that they are the only one who cares. If possible, talk to a therapist who specializes in emotional abuse. Step 3. Set and enforce boundaries. Manipulators hate boundaries. A boundary is not an attempt to change them. It's a rule that protects you. Start small, but be absolute. If they insult you, say, "I'm not going to be spoken to that way," then leave the room. If they guilt you for seeing friends, say, "My friendships matter to me. I'm going to see them." Don't justify, argue, defend, or explain. No is a complete sentence. They will escalate. This is an extinction burst. They will cry, threaten, or love bomb you to get you to fold. Hold your ground. Every boundary you enforce rebuilds your self-respect. Step 4. Cultivate emotional independence. The goal isn't just to leave. It's to become your own source of validation and happiness, so this never happens again. Reconnect with the parts of yourself you lost. Make a list of the hobbies and interests you had before them. Pick one and do it this week. Spend time alone and get comfortable with your own company. Practice self-validation. When you generate your own happiness, no manipulator can control you. You're no longer a target because you're already whole. The journey from being trapped by manipulation to becoming emotionally bulletproof is tough, but it's a journey of reclaiming your life, your mind, and your future. James' story shows that by recognizing the playbook, trusting his reality, rebuilding his support system, and rebuilding his sense of self, he walked away not as a broken victim, but as someone who learned psychological self-defense. The title of this video is Once Men Know This. All women are finished, but this was never about finishing women. It's about being finished with manipulation, finished with giving your power away, finished with letting anyone twist your reality into a pretzel of their own making. The knowledge you've gained today is your shield. It lets you see the game before it starts and build relationships based on genuine respect, not control. If this message resonated with you, know you're not alone. Subscribe for more content on emotional strength and healthy relationships. Like this video to help it reach others who need it, and consider sharing it with someone who might be going through this right now. Your journey back to yourself starts today.